But call me when you get on the road. You ain't got to make it home yet, but let me know that you're on the road and I will open the door. So when you get there, you don't have nothing. You don't even have to pull out a key because the door is open.
Amen.
Now, I said, look at God. I sure thank you for confirming all day, every day, all day, every day. You're on the right road. Stick to the course. Don't waver. Do not allow circumstances to take you off course. Do not allow fear, because guess what circumstances come from? Fear. You fear what you don't see. So now you make a decision based off of what you see, because you're afraid because you don't see how it's going to happen. That's how you end up at the cash advance spot. Because you don't see how it's going to happen. That's how you don't look at, you look at everybody else but self. I'm trying to leave that. See, and this is bothering me in my spirit. We got to learn how to heal. This is what God gave me yesterday. He showed me last night. He said when it comes to healing, some people are afraid of healing because it costs too much. It hurts too bad to heal. Mm-hmm. Because when you're really trying to heal, you got to look at yourself. Mm-hmm. When you're trying to fix what's wrong, you look at yourself, not anybody else. I said, what do you mean by that, God? He said, think about when you played sports. When y'all got drugged in a football game, the coach made you look at tape. You wasn't looking at the tape for what the other team did. You was looking at tape to see what you didn't do to allow them to do it. Because you can only correct you. Exactly. That team done went on, done moved on, and they ain't worried about you no more. You got to go back and fix what you did wrong. And as long as, if you ever watch sports, they say, well, we lost that one, we got to put that one behind us and we got to move forward. Because if we hang up on what we lost, we'll never be able to appreciate what God is bringing to us. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense? Amen. And that starts with healing. Healing where move the fear out the way and go ahead and go through the pain. Go ahead and say, okay, I see where I went wrong here. I see what I did here. It don't matter what somebody else said. It don't matter what somebody else did, because I had to have that weakness in order for you to hurt me. Exactly. Yeah. So I got to get stronger in this area. Regardless of what you do, I got to get stronger. Yes. Because if I don't, I just took a weapon out of my pocket and told the devil, here, this is what you need to kill me with. Mm-hmm. Here's the weapon. Here it is. This is what you need. All that other stuff don't bother me. But this right here slowed me down. And here it is. When you're a leader in the house of God, it don't just slow you down. Mm-hmm. It slow everybody else down that believed in the God in you. Mm-hmm. They came to God, to Christ, because of you. And now the very thing that they didn't see in you, now they see it. Their faith is wavering. Mm-hmm. Am I making sense? I don't know who I'm talking. I'm talking to somebody in here tonight. Mm-hmm. And I know I veered off just a little bit, but I feel that in my spirit. We got to be very, very mindful and very, very, very careful of what we try to cover. Because how can you cover a spirit you can't see? Prime example, I know where I'm at now. The person that don't like me don't have a reason not to like me. But her spirit is agitated with the fact that I'm there. You don't have to say nothing when you're walking around with the Spirit of God on you. Mm-hmm. When the Spirit of God is on you and you're in a demon-infested place, People won't like you just because you're there. They won't know why, but it's just something about you. And you can be as nice and as cordial as you want to be. And now here comes spiritual maturity. Some people are just dumb. They figure, oh, I must be in the right place because all these folks. No. Sometimes you don't walk up in a den of demons and you're there all by yourself and God is saying, you need to get out of here. Because there is parts in the Word of God when Paul wanted to go preach to Asia and God told him, don't go there. God will keep you out of some places because sometimes we get so caught up in how, holy we think we are. We think we can go fight any devil. Not realizing that there's some devils that God said you ain't ready for that one yet.
Exactly.
Thank you, Lord. And I'm going to wrap up. The reason why some of us are fearful and we're losing battles is because we're out of our lane. When you're out of your lane, when you have a third grade spirit, but you're in a lane with 12th grade devils because you wanted something too fast and didn't want to have to work for it, that's when you get whooped. What am I saying? It may be meant for you, but maybe not right now. Does that make sense? That baby, a 15-year-old raising a child, is much different than a 35 married woman raising a child. She's probably always going to have that baby. But there comes a certain point, there's a matter of time, your mindset change, you grow, and you learn. So you can't be in such a rush to get something that is for you to where when you get it, you ruin it because you got it before it was time. That's why we have to struggle. That's why when we step out on faith, we have to go past the fears and lose a little bit, gain a little bit, lose a little bit, gain a little bit, so when you finally get it, you know how to treat it. But if you never have to work for anything, you could lose it and it won't even bother you. Think about it. A person got $1 million in their pocket and they lose 1,000. And, oh well, I just lost 1,000. But if you got 1,000 and you lose 700, and if you know that that's all you have, how much more do you protect it? Because I had to work for it. I had to save for it. I lost too many times. I won't lose it this time. But when you have an abundance of stuff, that's when we get a privileged attitude and feel like we deserve it. Erase your fears. Go, and if you don't know what it is that God placed in you, and if you don't know what your goals and dreams are, you start asking God, God, what did you place in me? What's in me? What do I love? What comes natural? What can I do that's just natural to me? I do it without even thinking about it. And once you locate that and you see that, God says, that's yours. I gave that to you. And here's the part that's going to hurt the worst. Once you locate that God-given talent, that God-given gift, don't expect the people you love to support you. Because people that went before you are afraid of being successful. They will always encourage you to take the safe route. People will encourage you based off of their failures and their lack of experience. Do you understand? Because I can't tell you how many people, and this is where I'm thankful, I got many people, many nice, high, people that I respect, You don't need to depend on the church. I ain't depending on the church. That's where you're wrong. I even had one very well respected, love him to death. Said, no, you get an opportunity on your job and you can probably move up in the corporate world before you know it. I'm like, I'm called the pastor, I'm called a preacher. I ain't called to be nobody's executive. You understand? So if you don't know who you are, people can tell you who they think you should be. And before you know it, you're being everything for everybody else, and you're not being true to yourself. Every job ain't meant for people to be popular. Somebody got to work the ground. I'm going to tell you this one, and we're going to get ready to go. It's one thing my dad told me when I first started preaching. I was going through my ordination. He said he was a preacher, and he felt like he should have been one of the best preachers across the country. He said, but then there was this older minister that came to him and told him, he said, Roberson, everybody can't be a cruise ship. He said he didn't understand that. He said everybody can't be a cruise ship. He said because a cruise ship can't pull into the little ports and pick up the little people. Cruise ship got to go out there on big water. He said somebody need to be the tugboat. Somebody's got to be the tugboat. And there was one other thing. There was this old woman. She had a broom, and she used that broom until you had a broom that just that looked like that always looked like the wind blowing. You understand? She had that broom, and her grandkids brought her a brand new broom for Christmas. And so they said, Big Mama, we got you this broom. It's brand new. And da-da-da-da-da. And she took the broom real happy. She was like, good. And they got ready to throw her old broom in the trash. And she said, no, don't throw my old broom in the trash. They was like, why not? She said, because that old broom can get in some cracks that new broom can't get into.
That's right.
Think about how it's shaped. It can curve. It can do this. That one that's real stiff. You're going to sweep and it's going to knock stuff clean across the room. You think about it. The new brooms, you kind of got to be real delicate because if you sweep too hard, the bristles are so tough. To where it scatters your pile. That's good right there. It scatters your pile, but it don't keep your pile together. So if you use it slowly, it can kind of put some things. But that old broom, for some reason, it kind of almost act like a broom and a mop at the same time. It's got wear and it's got tear on it. It's leaning and everything else. But you can sure sweep on a curve with that thing. Do you understand? Why? Because it went through some things. It went through some things. It went through some things. You have a certain instrument in you that God placed in you. You wouldn't use a keyboard like a trampoline because it's not created for that. Stop being afraid of who you are. Stop being afraid of who God has created you to be. And if everybody's rah-rahing and cheering with you, then somewhere you went wrong. Because when you follow God 110%, that's when adversity steps in. That's when adversity. That's when people turn their back on you. Amen.
Amen.
All right. I don't say enough. I told y'all I was going to probably bore y'all. But that self-evaluation is huge. And I'm leading by example. I'm walking in faith. Amen. I can't allow my fears and the fears of my whoever to get in the way of where God is trying to lead me. Amen. I've experienced too much. I've seen too much. I've done too much to turn around and go back. I'm like, okay, Lord, I want to see more.